Yeah, what is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the absolute best show in all of pro wrestling and sports entertainment. I know it's been a minute, but we back.
Yes,
it is the Royal Rundown. Yes. Joining me as always is my sister from another Mr. Miss Drede, and I am your hostess with the mostest, SERG VICENTE. Welcome, everybody. So happy to have y'all here with us. Everybody who's watching live on YouTube, everybody who's watching on Twitch, everybody who is watching on Instagram, thank you guys so very much for joining us today. Yes, Dre, we are back.
We back.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. What is going on? What is new with you? Your hair looks fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I got a little haircut, a little hair color. Your girl had a big birthday, stuff happened. We just decided things was just we're going to switch it up a little bit for the 4-0,
Hey, there we go. But happy. I'm glad you had a good one. Everybody who's watching live, thank you guys so very much for watching live. Yes, do yourselves a favor. Follow us everywhere podcasts are available. Apple, Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, all those good things. We will be putting these episodes on those platforms once again. Also, do yourselves a favor, even though I can't stand this platform because the guy who owns it, follow us on X at the SERG VICENTE. Also follow at the Real Fight Podcast, and you see hers right there at Ms. Drede. Check her out today, and me at SERG VICENTE on.
We be on there. We be on there. We don't like being on there, but we be on there.
We be on there. We be on there. Thank you guys. Hey, look, I understand. I overstand. You know what I'm saying? We back. All right, and we ain't going nowhere.
Nah, we here. We here. We're not gonna leave you for too long now. Come on.
Can't leave you for too long. We jumping back and forth like a diss track. I don't know. These damn diss tracks is flying left and right. We gonna come back with the same type of ferocity, consistency, okay, and tenacity like Ray Vaughn and Joey Badass. Let's go.
Wow. Yeah.
West Coast, salute to the East Coast. Y'all are New York, East Coast. Y'all ain't doing nothing. New York, like three of y'all, and the West Coast, all y'all are getting active. I love every bit of it.
The subtle shots is crazy. Serge moved to Cali and becomes the Cali dude like yesterday. He was like he's Chicago all day, but he's Cali. He Cali adjacent at this point.
Look, I've been here for some years now.
You have. You put some years in it, so this is true.
The funniest thing about living out here in Cali is when people from Cali assume that I'm from here. Like they from the hood out here in LA, and they're like, "You from my hood, aren't you?" No, I am not, sir. I am from a hood, but not your hood. That is not what's happening.
You and I have talked about this many a times because I lived in Cali for some time as well. I really feel like the actual true Angelinos, Los Angelinos, the true ones, and Chicagoans, they're like our big cousins. They're like our like New Yorkers are like our big cousins as well, and Cali like our cousins too. It's just very similar energy. It's all weird. It's the other transplants out there that make stuff a little weird out there.
It is what it is. Really quick, also check us out. We have merch, etsy.com/shop/fightpod. All right, check it out. We're going to jump up into it. There's been so much wrestling going on this weekend. We have Saturday night's main event is back, aka Glorified House Show, but I love it. It's going to be fantastic. We have that. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the matches that are going on in that this weekend. We're going to talk about the state of professional wrestling, and we're also going to talk about arguably the best heel in all of pro wrestling. You might be surprised who I say it is. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First and foremost, Dre, any opening shots, any opening remarks, anything you want to jump into?
I do. Real fast. We want to wish a speedy healing to Zoe Starks. Last night she had a crazy injury during a triple threat match, which was going really well. First of all, the match was amazing and ended up being amazing as well. But Zoe Starks was putting in work like she always does. And just a good reminder that these folks really put their livelihoods and their health on the line to entertain us all the time. And sometimes just, crazy and weird things happen. So if you guys weren't watching Monday Night Raw last night, Zoe Starks suffered a knee injury. We don't know exactly what the state of it or the status of that is at the moment, but we're just all wishing her all the best, all the love.
There is no lead left.
But we're wishing her all of the positive and positive thoughts because it looks. I mean, it did not look good at all, and I mean, she tried to get back into it, but it was tough. And shout out to the medical, the staff, doctors on staff. They really jumped in real quick. Everybody was very professional about everything. So just giving her all the love and all the shout outs for that.
1000%. And obviously much love to Zoe. They were cooking. This is a move that she does often. And again, it is a reminder that these are people and they are putting their bodies and everything on the line for us. And, absolutely wishing her a speedy recovery. I would not suggest going and looking up the clip. It is nothing that you want to see, especially if you get queasy in this area over here. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, the match was going fantastic. Kairi saying it's always good to see her back. And also, again, we're starting to see some things happening. A lot of moving and shaking. Let's talk about some of these bigger moments, and let's talk about some of these bigger factions. What are your thoughts on Seth and them? Seth Paul, Seth and them. Seth Paul and Breaker. What are your thoughts on this? Are you liking what you're seeing? Is this something that you want to continue? Is it something does it look like they're going to dethrone Jay right away? Like, what are your thoughts on this? Good, bad, everything in between.
I would say this. First of all, I love the faction, right? I love the whole idea of where everything kind of turned up at the end of was that Mania? WrestleMania, right?
Yes.
Lord, I feel like this year is gone. It's breezing by. And Paul turning on everybody and going with Seth or whatever. I felt like that was a really dope turn that a lot of people might have mentioned, but didn't really think was like gonna happen. So I think that was like the perfect choice storyline wise to go. Yeah. I love the addition of Braun Breaker because I don't know why we didn't think about that, or I know I didn't, but to see it when you saw it, it made perfect sense. You're like. Right. And yes, and I love how that works. And then it takes Braun to the next level, of course, as well in terms of his, card placement. So I love that too. Yeah. I will say that pop, that Sami Zayn, of course, always gets good pops, but that pop when CM Punk came out at the end of Raw last night, because they have him and Sami are taking on Seth and Braun on Saturday. Yep.
Is there a night main event? That should be good. That for really quick. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
That match is going to cook.
It's gonna be a good time. That's gonna be a good time. And like, I don't know why. I mean, again, CM Punk's my guy. Chi-Town all day. We love him. We love him over here. We love him over here.
Yes, we do. On Polio, we stand on that.
What I just don't know why I'm always just taken aback by the pop CM Punk gets, but it's just always such a dope thing to experience and see and feel. And that thing was loud last night. And I think it is going to be a highlight of the show on Saturday. I was talking to someone earlier, a good friend of mine, and he was mentioning how Jey Uso is kind of turning into like he's the World Heavyweight champion. However, he feels like he's still playing second fiddle to bigger stars in his own storylines. And I'm not sure I'm not going to say that I disagree or agree because that's really hard for me to say because there's just a lot of weaving in and out, and I love a good dovetailing storyline. But I will say that it is interesting to put out, and it is something to mention because it's not hard to argue, right? Like that he's taking second fiddle, and he's the WWE, he's the World Heavyweight Champion. We haven't had Cody on TV since Mania, so he should be the biggest deal. Now he's still one of the biggest crowd reactions, which that's why I guess I'm not.
Still, I mean,
I guess that's why I'm not so concerned about it.
Right.
But it is something to think about storyline wise. Now, what I will say, and I'll close this loop very quickly. What I will say is that I do love the fact that everybody is gunning for him. That does make him, to me, a focus, right? Like Logan Paul is gunning for him. They have their match on Saturday. Hell, Logan and Gunther are talking about which one of them should dethrone him, right?
And so was Seth. And Seth
was Seth, exactly. Yeah. So like to me, like that is if you're gonna do the heavy is the head kind of storyline with Jay. He plays that very, very well. And it's easy to root for him in that regard. So it's just something to think about and something to hear. But I still think that he's doing the role he's playing right now, that heavy is the head, is great. He's doing that so well.
he's playing his role to a T. And also, one thing you're getting him, first of all, and I know we talk about this on this show a little bit. Physically, he's looking fantastic. He is starting to get to a point where he looks like a main eventer. Okay.
Agreed.
So he's looking like a main eventer, right?
He does look like that.
And then he and then on top of that, it's okay. I'll have a moment for later for myself in that regard. But on top of that, his promos are getting better. He's always had great promos, but there's this aggression that he has right now that I think is really beautiful to see. He's not just the fun guy in this moment.
They're giving him nuance. He gets to still be him, but there's nuance within, like, the adjustment in his placement, the adjustment in things that he's gone through storyline wise. Like, he gets to play on those things. And I think that was a lot of people's gripe before Mania, that he wasn't moving or growing really character wise.
His matches have been fire.
I enjoyed him in Gunther at Mania. I don't know what everybody else is watching.
The people. I'm gonna say this to camera. Yo, the Jey Uso hate is so forced. Oh my God. What do you guys want? This fool carried us, dragging with bloody fingers through the Thunderdome era. Do we forget? What happened? If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have had a Bloodline saga. He did all of these things, and then he gave us match after match after match. For the last 3 consecutive years, he has been the most active person. You don't take my word for it. It's out there. They put it out there. He has the most matches out of anybody. That means he is a workhorse for the company. This is somebody who consistently does it. He has won the crowd. And you know what, IWC, for y'all internet wrestling community nerds, guess what? Nobody cares what you think, because if you actually look at what's happening in the studio, actually in the arenas, they're still loving him.
Right.
All right. 4 letters, 1 word. Let's go.
This is a Jey Uso, a pro Jey Uso podcast.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I agree with you. I still enjoy it. And I mean, mushy, empathetic heart me is going to love the good guy getting all the love from the crowd. And so, yes, it's not going to take much. I think there are mindful critiques of the story. There are mindful critiques of character development. I will say that. But what I will say is that I feel like this version, the one we're getting right now, granted, is he still a BC player in the world heavyweight title story, which is odd, sure. And that, again, that's people's interpretation. That's people's interpretation.
Exactly.
That's up for debate and interpretation. What I will always bring it around is that everybody should be gunning for the champion. And
there we go.
We've got Gunther, we've got Logan Paul, we've got Seth, all gunning for Jey in their own particular situations.
All right, so let's talk about this. We're going from one champ, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but let's go to the other champ. We've given it to John Cena. John Cena got a match with Randy Orton for the 173rd time.
Have we even talked about this on the show? Have we even talked about
this yet?
Lord,
in your opinion, and again, I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Sure.
Is the John heel turn working?
It depends on your definition of working. In my opinion, in my opinion.
No. Damn everybody else's thing. For you, for Ms. Dre Day.
Yes.
Do you like this? Do you fuck with
I am entertained. I'm entertained. Yes.
You were entertained.
Now, my beef is that I wish he was on TV more. That's my beef with it. Okay. I mean, and granted, like, I already know we're not going to get a lot of him because of this where we are.
Yeah.
It's his farewell. So I'm old enough to understand that. So what I do get of him, I love. I was not interested in seeing another Hustle, Loyalty, and Floyd version, loyalty and respect version of John. I wasn't interested in that. I'm very interested in the fact that he didn't change his presentation so drastically that we went for the stereotypical suit and blah 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 corporate champion situation either. I love the little nuance in it. I love the I'm gonna be the last real champion stuff. Love it. I really thought that was a very creative way to do this for him. My beef is that I want more. I didn't care that we got to see him and Randy for the 80,000th time. Of course, we're going to see him and Randy for the 80,000th time. It's the last time we're going to see it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, I'm cool with it. Let's go. Give me the next one. You know, that's not my only gripe is who's next.
Oh, so I agree with you. And again, I don't want to.
Aside from, I think it's R-Truth. They're doing R-Truth and which I love.
A great match that's happening this weekend. And it's not for the title. So guess what? You can have some shenanigans. You can kind of have R-Truth even winning. So
they gonna shenan and I want that. I don't want I want every piece of shenan for the John Cena run. I'm not looking for the 5-star in the Thunderdome in the Tokyo Dome joint with him. Give me shenanigans and fun and story and talking points and all that.
1000%. I love that. I'm glad we're on the same page with that one. All right, let's shift gears a little bit. Let's actually anything else in terms of the guys' side of it that we want. Oh, real quick, I did want to say this. Is there anybody else in terms of that faction with Seth Rollins and them that you actually want to add? Because they're teasing a third person. Is there somebody specifically you want? You know what? I'm gonna give you my answer first because I've been letting you go first all day.
Okay.
Carmelo Hayes. I want Carmelo Hayes.
I don't hate that.
There is no. Why not? You guys keep talking about Evolution 2.0. Here is the guy. And here's the thing. He's been on TV. Everybody who has won the Andre the Giant, usually he's a bad guy in some capacity or villain. He is the perfect guy to give that platform to. And look, this dude is you talking about he's out there hooping. All right.
Oh, Melo ain't never gave us a bad match in his life. Like he's everything. I love I know people are kind of like weirded out about him and Miz or whatever. I really just feel like this.
That's all I care.
He's on television every week, and I actually just like the nuance. And I'm kind of just waiting. I'm waiting on him to turn on him, like in the nearest of seconds, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I like that. I like that choice. I agree with you. I think that choice is perfect. My other thing, just a couple of two shout outs, is that our tag team champions, sisters, are the Prophets and the New Day. And the New Day's heel run is,
this heel run is fantastic.
My only issue, I have one issue. There are not enough tag teams in that division, in the Raw tag team division. So we need newness. But other than that, baby, the character work is crazy.
Penta and AJ Styles and my boy. You know what I'm saying? Penta, AJ Styles and Finn Balor and JD Madonna put on
a moment. That was a fun match last night. Yes.
That is how you sell a Mexican destroyer.
Period.
JD Madonna, oh my God. The two people I've seen sell at the best are JD McDonough and El Grande Americano, whatever the hell his name is.
Chad Gable.
Chad Gable. Real quick, what are your thoughts on that?
Here's my thing.
I second that. We can move on.
There you go.
There it is. I second it totally. Yes. It smells of, we know what it smells like. Exactly. If you smell what we cooking. Okay.
Yeah, precisely.
All right. Okay. Really quick. Who's going to win? Priest or McIntyre? That's also steel cage.
Oh, it's in a cage.
Yeah.
Who won at Mania? I forgot. Was that Drew? Did Drew win at Mania?
I think it should be Priest.
So let's go. If we're gonna do it, let's do it this way.
Yeah. Problem. And he just got like the keys to New York or something like that.
The key to the Bronx, I believe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He out here.
Yeah. He had that suit on or whatever too.
All right. I do want to transition to the ladies really fast before we talk about I heard you. We transition to AEW a little bit. But ladies wise, I am not the biggest fan of Roxanne Perez, but her this intermingling with the Judgment Day and her probably winning the Money in the Bank
kind of fits, don't it?
It can be interesting. I think that Julia personally should be getting the same type of push that they gave Gunther. I think that's the type of push that Julia should be getting right now, but I'm liking what's happening over there. Who else? Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch I can do without, because I think Becky is terrible, and I've said that
both of them are starting to grow on me.
Who?
Both. The whole Lyra Becky feud as a whole is starting to grow on me.
You know what? I will because you said that, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a chance, because I will take your word for it, and I'm gonna say, because I've said this before. I don't think Becky's good. I think Becky's terrible on the mic. I think that she only performs up to her competition. So yes, I think if they have a match, it'd be fantastic, because Lyra can cook. Right. And aside from that, I think this is I can do without this. But if this is an opportunity, and I think this is what they're trying to do, to really build a new star off of the back of Becky, and since this is Becky's homegirl, I can absolutely see this be one of the only people that she would be willing to do this for. Let's go. I'm here for it. Whatever.
That's exactly what's happening.
And then let her lose the belt to Julia.
That's exactly what's happening. I mean, is that they're using Becky's popularity, because I mean, regardless of what we both think or feel about her, she's very popular, right? So yeah, and she's the heel, but people keep she's the heel, but she keeps getting cheered. That happened last night, but yeah, I think it's growing on me a little bit too. I think it was Becky had a promo last week that I set up. Yeah. No, I set up. I thought it was better than her normal ones. I thought it was better. I too have a hard time listening to Becky talk too, and it's not her accent or anything like that. It's just a little
like that diss track Daylight dropped this morning that I was just like, I don't know, bruh. You had some bars in here, but it ain't hitting like I wanted to hit.
You know what? I'm gonna stay out of that, because nope, I can't. Nope, you're not gonna get me into that. It just grew on me. It was a little bit more. It had more intensity than I needed, and I think Lyra did the same thing. I think the last time I saw Lyra do a promo, and I can't remember what week it was at this point, but that's the first time I looked at her and went, okay, now I kind of know who you are a little bit. Now I'm getting to see some of your nuances in your character, and it's not just Bird Girl, right? I mean, and again, I know you can wrestle, but I just, I'm the type of wrestling fan that I need a little bit more than that. So yeah, I'm giving it some time. I'm a very patient wrestling fan, so I'll give it some time. I'll take it. I'll give it an extra look, and see what we're doing.
In your opinion, who should win the Money in the Bank?
Naomi
on the women's side. Okay, we be on the same page, yo. I'm trying to get something else, but I was like, it should be Naomi. 1,000% it should be Naomi.
Proceed with caution.
There is a frame, a pic. They caught it. It's a awesome pic. It was from last week when Jade was talking to somebody. And in the background, it is Naomi just mugging. She is killing this on social media. She's killing this. Chef's kiss. I'm so happy that she's finally getting this opportunity, and her
absolutely
it's beautiful to see.
It's been time. It's been time.
Also, I didn't talk about this before. I meant to say this. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Tiffany Stratton. But that match that she and Nia Jax put on this past week, yeesh!
Yeah, they was whooping each other ass a little bit.
Oh my God, that was a match. Bro. I was sitting there. I you know how they have those memes where you sitting back in the seat and all of a sudden, but you sit up. It was absolutely one of those salutes to those ladies. They absolutely cooked. Before we transition to AEW, before we get out of here. Make sure you follow us everywhere podcasts are available. Also, check us out. We have merch, Etsy.com/shop/a-fight-pod shop. Get yourself some merch today. We got hats, we got mugs, we got shirts, we got hoodies, and then that's about it. But we got stuff. So check that out. We got stuff. Check that out today. Everything goes to, honestly, helping us get better and better
more of these
guys, and more of these coming up. That'd be fantastic. Make sure you follow us on all streaming platforms. Follow us on all of the X's and the IGs and all of those things. But all right, let's talk about anything else before we transition to AEW quickly. Anything else WWE wise?
I think we've touched on it all. You know, shout out. I mean, I love. It's like, I feel like this is maybe the second year in a row now where that post-Mania like lull isn't as lully.
It's not
and
as
I
lully.
like it.
They're still
it's not as lully.
Yeah,
and I enjoy it. And I enjoy that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. But here's the thing. I do want to talk about this, and really quick. One time for my guy Dom Mysterio. My boy.
You know, I was about to say, because you
my boy Dom. Oh man. I'm so happy for that dude.
Yeah.
1 second. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Dom over there really being his daddy's son, and I love that. And pick one, anyone, either one.
Right? Straight up. All right. Before we get out here, I gotta ask this. I'll pose this question. I posed this at the beginning. What was that? Oh, it messed me up again. Didn't hold up.
Oh, guys, is it just me? There we go. Oh, wait, we're coming back. He's coming back, you know.
No,
we still can't hear him, but we can see him, though.
You can't see me. Well, what we're doing is
we just can't hear you. Anywho, I don't know, guys. Type something in for me to talk about while we're waiting on Serge to get back on.
Can you hear me now?
We can't hear you yet. He's this looks like a good sign. That means it's almost, he might have figured it out in a second. But yes, I do think, like I said, I just think that the post WrestleMania lull isn't as bad as it used to be. And I think it does help with like Saturday night's main event and some of these other PLEs that we get in between. Has just been really helpful with that. I do want to continue to shout out Naomi and her character change. I think that has been such one of the most successful character changes and heel turns that we've ever seen, definitely when it comes to the women's wrestlers as well. And I just hope that they really do capitalize on it. And I just think that one of the best ways you can capitalize on it is with the Money in the Bank win. I think that would be
successful. You can't hear me?
You still can't hear. You might have to come back in and come back out. Oh, nope.
Wait nope. Yeah? Ain't this about a bitch?
Maybe unplug your mic and plug it back in.
That's what I did. I just did that.
You think he probably did that?
Hold on, guys.
Or check your Bluetooth to see if it's still connected.
No, it's plugged in by a cord. Ain't this a bitch?
I wish I could hear him, but I just know Serge is really not happy about this. You could just know that, you could tell, if you could read his face. Nah. He done cussed a couple of times.
Motherfucker. Oh,
I think I might have caught that last one.
Dirty motherfucker. Hold on. Let me get this shit.
So this would have been one of those moments where if we had some more folks on the chat, they can ask a couple questions that we could probably answer while we're waiting. You know, another thing I wanted to say, I want to give another shout out to Jimmy Uso. Since we're still on WWE right now, Jimmy Uso kind of holding down his own character in the process of Jay, like having his world title run, I think is really fly. I think he successfully did that. And then right before the last PLE, like he had a part in, his match with Gunther and kind of sacrificing himself and everything as well to kind of get Jay in that mindset to really beat Gunther. I thought that was really successful too. And I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Can you hear me?
It's a negative.
This a motherfucker. Oh my.
Oh, we're hearing things. Oh no, we lost. He came back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Welcome back.
Dog, I don't even know. I'm so sorry.
No.
That is, I can't stand technical difficulties like that.
But we kept it going. We kept it moving.
We kept it moving. Thank you so much, Dre. I appreciate you.
Yo, can you still hear me now?
Absolutely.
See, okay. I don't know what was going on. It is what it is. All right. I'm so sorry.
No, we did.
Before we get out of here,
we talked about Jimmy Uso a little bit. We talked about how we really enjoyed Naomi's heel turn and how I think it's one of the most successful heel turns in at least the last 10 years. And
it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. What she's doing, this character and the best thing about it, in my opinion, is that you can see how much fun she's actually having.
1000%.
Having so much fun doing it, and it's almost infectious to the point that even the people that are working with her that are supposed to be on the opposite sides, you can tell they're like, this is so great. You know what I mean? So let's talk about her husband for a second. Jimmy is you have said this from the beginning when I was because again, I've said it from the stuff. Jay Uso is who brought me back into wrestling, but Jimmy, his character work, who he's becoming as a solo act, even the gear. He got the I'm chunky but fly gear. I love every second of it. You know what I'm saying? It's chef's kiss. I love what he's doing. Him and Naomi be talking kind of reckless online together. They be out here dropping clues on stuff that I don't need to be knowing about, but that's neither here nor there. I be looking, I'm like, ooh, y'all nasty.
That's what you do when you in love out loud. Hello.
I like it. I like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I be talking like that to my ladies some days, you know? All right. Let's end with this today. I kicked it off today. I was talking about the best heels in the game. And again, we mentioned Dom Mysterio, whom I can't even say is a heel anymore. The pops that he's been getting is warranted. And I love every second of it. But the best heel in professional wrestling right now, and it's somebody that I don't think a lot of us would have pegged to be the best heel in wrestling in ever. I am going to say, and again, you guys can give me Gunther. You guys can give me Seth Rollins. You guys can give me who else? Give me some names, Dre.
Braun Breaker.
No, he ain't really a heel. He be barking, and everybody be barking with him. He ain't no heel.
New Day right now. Paul
Heyman. All the above, all them schlubs over in AEW that are heels. Oh, by the way, salute to Malachi Black. He came in, looks fantastic. People thought he was washed. He looks incredible. Great match.
That man ain't never been washed a day in his life. That man is
in his life. But the match he put on with him and Carmelo Hayes, oh my God.
Cold.
Yeah. Oh my God, cold.
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes, another heel who should be up there. But the number one heel in professional wrestling, you can go argue with your mama. It is none other than Ricochet. Ricochet has turned into the absolute. The dude is hilarious. He has fully embraced himself. And oh my God, I love every component that he's doing. Salute to Rico. Pretty Ricky is what they call him, Ricochet. This dude is the best heel in wrestling. Dre, are there arguments? Am I right? Am I wrong?
I have enjoyed Ricochet in his little sniveling heel persona. I mean, it did get very violent for a second with the scissors and swerve. That was a little crazy. But you know, it's AEW. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it. And then the thing I enjoy about it is that he's still Ricochet in the ring, right? Like he's still who
he's really cooking in the ring.
We've always known him to be. The other thing in AEW I'm really, 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 really enjoying is the Hurt Syndicate and this whole MJF, like they hazing MJF into the Hurt Syndicate. It has been very, very entertaining.
I love it. He's Owen Hart, Nation of Domination. I love every second of it.
Well, and I think it's, and like, you know, we've been really critical of MJF here on this lovely podcast, but like I enjoy his work in this too. Like this was fitting. Like, and I appreciate that he has been the top dude in that company, but it wasn't. But you could tell he's having fun in this role as well. I hoping that this leads to a Cedric Alexander sighting, to reunite him with the rest of the hurt folks because they hurt people. I feel like there's a little bit of I would like that. I know that there was some issues with Swole, his wife, when she was at AEW, and how that ended, which was very messy on Tony Khan's part. So that I feel like that's the only thing that would maybe really keep it from happening. But if she's down, if she's cool with it, she strikes me as the type who's like, if hubby's happy, she happy, and vice versa, of course. So I just feel like, I mean, it would be really dope for them to like really, really tease that MJF is going to get the thumbs up just for them to bring in Cedric.
Oh my God.
That would be cool. That would be fun.
That'd be super dope. I love every second of it. Yo, Dre, that's about all the time we have today. Before we get out of here, though, one time, put fingers up in the air. Everybody salute Sabu. RIP to the legend Sabu. If you guys do not know, one of my favorite matches of all time. You're talking about ECW. We're talking about Sabu, Rey Mysterio. Oh my God. Some assholes driving reckless outside, but salute to Sabu. Again, seriously, check that match out if you've never seen it. Sabu, Rey Mysterio. You're talking about one of the premier high flyers. Just great character work. This dude was super dope. One of my favorites when I was growing up. RIP to Sabu. Salute to everybody, honestly, who's been doing their thing. Thank you guys always for holding it down with us and joining us once again. We had all together, we've had a good amount of people joining us today live. We'll be doing these far more regularly. Also, do yourselves a favor, check out Everything in the Fight podcast. I will be doing a lot more. I'm gonna start doing this thing called Combat Cafe, where essentially I'm gonna be sipping my morning matcha and talking about all
some matcha. You're gonna be drinking some
little morning matcha and everything in the world of combat sports. And it's just gonna be a couple minutes every morning, but you guys join me there. Dre, before we get out of here, anything you want to touch on?
Yeah, no, I think we're just, again, we're embarrassed. We have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to wrestling right now. TNA is having a good time, right? Or Impact Wrestling, whatever it's called now at this point, is having a moment. Ring of Honor is always, it's always fun with AW. I'm enjoying NXT.
Woo! Javion, whatever my man's name, yo, Cole.
Javon Evans.
Yeah, him
too. The young OG.
And whenever Oba comes up, Jesus Christ.
I'm a Trick Williams man.
Trick is another one. Going to TNA, doing his thing too, and like really balling out. There's
having a blast.
We have seen isn't like Dre, you said
it's an embarrassment of riches for wrestling fans right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Embarrassment of riches. Fourth Rope, salute to West Side Gun. All those events are fantastic. I love it, man. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan. Ferg is finally getting wins. I mean,
it's like his second one all year. It's lit.
It's lit. We had a Lucha Bros saying something, they didn't drop the Lucha Bros. We're talking about a tag team. Next episode, I'm gonna leave y'all with something. All right. Thank you all for always joining us. Really appreciate you guys. And before we get up out of here, I have to leave you with these words.
This is Absolute Ricky Starks. I'm letting you know that you are listening to the Fight Podcast.
There it is, Ricky Saints. Well, you know who it is. That's when I got it.
Mr. Saints.
Mr. Saints is what they call him. Love y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
You should add that. You should add that across the screen.
Mr. Saints is what they call him.
Mr. Saints is what they call him.
There he is. Love y'all. Join us next time. Let everybody know about the absolute best show in all of pro wrestling and sports entertainment. The Royal Rundown right here on the Fight Podcast. Peace.